Hey guys, what's up? It's Abigail.
Lemon boy and me started to get along together.
So today's video is going to be pretty different and pretty fun. So as you can tell, I'm not in my usual getup. I am in my Halloween costume because the day I'm filming this is Halloween, even though I'm not going out. I am staying home because I don't want to get sick because it's snowing here. But I was Satine from Moulin Rouge a couple of days ago for a Halloween party, and I figured, why not do a fun little Catherine Steele style character analysis and makeup tutorial, and not really outfit tutorial because this is literally one of my old dance costumes. So I hope you enjoy this little fun sparkling diamond / Satine character analysis and makeup tutorial. Okay, so as filming Abigail puts on some music, this might be as good as time as ever to mention that for the hair, I just popped in some hot rollers and put it back with a scrunchie just for doing my makeup. So I'm starting off with some primer. I hydrate my skin with Mermaid Skin by Tarte, and then I go in with some Glossier primer. So when I analyze a character, I start off by looking through their past and motivations, because their past shapes who they are at the start of the show, and their motivation helps shape who they become in the show. Around halfway through the show, Toulouse reveals Satine's past. Before she started performing at the Moulin Rouge, she grew up on the streets and her father forced her into prostitution when she was only 13. So if you think about it, these other performers are the only family she really has, and Harold Ziedler becomes sort of a father figure for Satine since her birth father was so terrible. Also keep in mind the fact that Satine's father forced her into prostitution. That kind of plays into a part of how she kind of has this outlook on men in general, which is kind of where we will go into as this video goes on. Real quick makeup interlude, but I'm going to be using the James Charles palette for the most part. So I'm going to start off with this nude color and put it all over my eyelid to just give it a good base. Then I'm going to take this row of they look really orange on camera, but I swear they're not that orange, to put in my crease to start the more natural fading into dark look. Next, I'm going to apply these darker colors, which you cannot see and I'm totally sorry for, into the outer corner of my eye to give it that dark look that I've been looking for. Also, sorry for not using really technical makeup terms. I'm not really a beauty guru, as I say in every single makeup video I do, but sorry. Now next, I'm going to apply my foundation, which is MAC Light Full Tinted Cream. And now, as I apply that, we're going to go back into the analysis. So when I was writing the transcript for this video, I had some mixed ideas about how Satine feels about performing in the Moulin Rouge. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like in the movie, she doesn't really like performing in the Moulin Rouge. But for the purposes of this video and my knowledge, I am focusing on the Broadway production. So I sort of realized that Satine probably has mixed feelings about performing as well. Because this close bond she has with her co-stars and Harold, she does love the Moulin Rouge and the people who work there. She wouldn't have started this relationship with the Duke if she didn't want to save the Moulin Rouge. However, her feelings on performance are what are truly convicting. She loves performing on stage, otherwise she wouldn't work so hard for these lead roles. However, as revealed on Firework, she feels less than when she puts on the facade for men. Of course, because she has been putting on this facade since she was young, she sort of has become used to this. She feels as if she isn't loved for who she is whenever she is sort of performing for men. But if she doesn't like this act, then why does she keep doing it? The answer is that her motivation is to save the Moulin Rouge, since there are rumors of it closing. Real quick, I'm just using some MAC Studio Fix concealer for my under eyes and just any problem spots I have. So another one of Satine's motivations is obviously her love for Christian. I noticed that throughout the show, Christian is one of the few people who doesn't constantly refer to Satine as the sparkling diamond. Now, like I said, Satine enjoys being the sparkly diamond on stage, but it's difficult for her to be constantly referred to as her stage name by men. Not to mention, Satine is reluctant to be with Christian because she has been with all the wrong guys. She was forced into prostitution, causing her to have a love-trust issues towards men. Christian sees Satine for who she really is, rather than just her character. It's actually pretty interesting to look at all the different contrasts between Satine's relationship with Christian versus her relationship with the Duke. Next up, for my contour, I do something actually really weird. I use some really old Ben Nye foundation that honestly does not work as a stage foundation for me, which is kind of weird, even though stage foundation is supposed to be darker. But this just makes me look pink, like on and off stage. So I use this for contour, and then I go in with the lighter shades of the Kat Von D Shade Light Cream Contour Palette. Now, it is definitely agreed that one of the most heartbreaking moments of the show is when Satine is forced to break up with Christian. However, it's important to know that Satine did this only because she loves Christian. She heard the story from Nini about what the Duke is capable of, causing her to break up with him only to save Christian's life. If she continued the affair, then both Christian and herself would end up most likely dead. So basically, throughout the musical, her main motivations are her love for Christian and performance. To finish off the eye look, I'm going to be using a little bit of glitter from the MAC Princey Princess palette. And I'm just going to wet this Anastasia brush and put the glitter all over part of my eyelid. Something I want to look into is why Satine never went to the hospital. So as many people know, spoiler alert, Satine dies of tuberculosis at the end of the show. People frequently beg her to go to the hospital, but she never went and, of course, died. Now, a lot of people are probably wondering why she never went to the hospital, and I feel there's a lot of reasons for this. One being, obviously, it would be expensive, and she's a performer in France in the 1800s. Another reason being that she was just more focused on her different affairs that she was having, as well as helping the Moulin Rouge. Satine didn't want to let anyone down because of her health. I definitely feel like that she knew her death would be coming soon before the performance at the end of the show. And it's pretty heartbreaking to see her make that realization at the end of the musical. So overall, her motivation stemming from her love of the Moulin Rouge and Christian both ultimately affect her fate in the show and leads to some pretty unfortunate circumstances. This is definitely one of the more tragic stories I've seen portrayed on stage, but it is one that is tastefully done in a way that the audience can grieve the loss of this character with Christian and hope that he can move on and still mourn her. Not to mention the movie actually feels a bit more devastating due to the fact that we've actually seen Christian a year later after the events of the Moulin Rouge. Nonetheless, this is a story that is very beautiful and I highly recommend. Finally, to finish off this makeup look, I'm going to be using the Fenty Diamond Bomb Highlighter in the shade How Many Carats, which is actually pretty appropriate. And I'm also going to pop on some mascara and red lipstick. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up and I'll see y'all next week. Bye!